Hey, what's up, it's mikeyperion here, and welcome back to another episode of tazzcraft SMP. And how are you guys? And I hope you're having a great day because I feel quite relaxed and very light. I slept pretty well last night, I think, or should I say day, because I'm a nocturnal person who's always awake at night and asleep during daytime. And however, well, we still have unfinished builds around the city, just like this iron farm, but we just need to replicate that iron farm that we have done 2 episodes ago on this one, and also this hostile mob farm, this ginormous twin towers that we have here. We also need to finish this by the end of this episode. And of course, I have to say that I'm not really used to leaving stuff or leaving these builds unfinished by end of episodes, but we have done it during the last time. Well, I guess it's fine sometimes, right? And also, I have to say that most likely I won't be able to publish a video on Thursday, but I guess it doesn't matter because once you already have watched this video, that Thursday already passed. So most probably this video is going to be on Saturday. Hopefully I can finish it, right? But anyway, so well, I have several stuff to say to you guys. First thing is that probably on the next episode, we are going to have some changes in terms of like the layout and the atmosphere and the tone of our videos in the channel. Well, probably, hopefully, it's gonna be better. It depends. Well, somehow I still have to reconsider a lot of stuff. And also, most probably, I'm going to ask some opinions from you guys on what do you want to see in our videos, on how do you want to feel. Do you want to be, more relaxed, or do you want it to be more exciting or mixed emotions, or you want to be angry, or you want to be some sort of those stuff? But of course, well, any suggestion will be welcome, and I will all consider all your suggestions. In our of course, your suggestions for our channel. It has to be relevant, right? Well, of course, I still need to improve a lot in terms of like our content, our videos. Well, our channel's still young, and we still need to eat a lot of fries, just like what Filipino idiom always says, marami pang kakainin kanin, which means you will eat more. You have to eat more rice in order for you to realize those kind of stuff, or in order to reach that kind of maturity that we have for this YouTube channel. But of course, we're still young, and we still need to learn a lot of things, and especially it will be really helpful if you guys give some comments and suggestions on what you want to see in our channel, or what you can some good ideas about the channels, right? Of course, I will read all through them, and yes, so I think that's the only thing that I have to say. Well, just expect that we are going to have a lot of changes in our channel, and I hope you guys excited about it, and I'm also excited to do them, right? But anyway, so we still got a lot of things to do for this episode. I know this episode is gonna be packed and a lot of stuff that will go on all throughout this video. But anyways, so well, without further ado, I think I'm already starting, but let's just get started anyways. And now we have constructed another bowl in the city, and I know we have built a lot of bowls around that we should probably call this place the Bowl City. Well, just kidding. Basically, we are just replicating the iron farm that we have done on the other side. So, well, same thing we have to do now. The actual spawning platform right over here, and as well as the breeding area for our villagers, and as well as the doors on the side. So on this side right over here is the marker for one of the water holes for our farm plants for the villagers, for in order for them to breed, right? But anyway, so well, let's check this out again after I have done this section, and I'll be back. And we're done with the spawning platform, and as well as the breeding area for our villagers. So now it's time to place these waters on the side, so we can push all the iron golems to the center, to their killing chamber in the center, of course. That's the purpose of this iron farm. And well, yeah, probably on the next scene, this is probably already done, right? And now we have fully replicated this iron farm right over here from that iron farm right over there. So basically, it's replica. I think it's more of like a mirror, because I flipped some of the details. Of course, if you guys new to the channel, probably you're wondering on what I'm talking about. Well, I already have done this 2 episodes ago, so very much you should look for, I think that's episode 11. I think it with the title of what's it called though? New citizens and Humane Iron Farms. So I think that's the title. So yeah, so let's grab this villager right over here, especially that this is a brown coat guy. This is exactly what we need. So we are going to transport 3 villagers in that iron farm, so they will start breeding and it will start spawn some iron golems. And now we have successfully transported 3 villagers inside this iron farm, and we'll just let these guys to breed themselves until they have enough villagers in order for them to spawn some iron golems in the top part of this iron farm, and those iron golems will be pushed to our killing chamber in the center right over here. Of course, we are going to turn those iron golems into the irons that we need, of course, for this city, right? And of course, this is done, and let's just wait for this to work. And the next thing that we have to do is to move on to our next project. We have to pack up first, and let's prepare our stuff before we start that build. And I think the only resources that we still need to gather are some terracottas. Most likely we are going to the Mesa biome and to gather at least 3 shulkers of plain terracottas for our next build, and let's do it. So now we're almost gonna have 3 shulkers of plain terracotta. So basically I already have gathered these entire plant right over here, and as well at the side right over there, some few remaining parts, but we're almost running out of these plain terracottas, but we still get almost 3 shulkers. But I guess this is fine now because I already have ravished this place, so now it's time to go back to the base. And I also have gathered some loots from the mine shafts that we have here. But anyway, so well, I guess it's now time to leave this place and go back to our base in our city and start doing our builds. And now it's the second day of my recording session, and I did some procrastination yesterday. I just eventually decided to do some exploration and got this new pet, our polar bear here in the city. Well, isn't he cute, right? Well, we have to make sure that we have constant supply of these glasses because we are going to cover our today's build, the twin tower, with some of these glasses, and as well as with the terracotta that we have just gathered yesterday. So probably, I'm not sure how much we are going to need, but just to make sure, we just need to make this continuously working. And yes, well, it's the best way, right? And I totally forgot about the dice. How could I forget it? Luckily, I have placed this temporary sugarcane and cactus farm on the side right over here. Well, at least we got some supplies, right? That preparation took me a lot longer, and well, this iron farm is now working. But yes, we're also going to need these puppies for red dye. Because you also need to make some orange dye for the glass windows that we have for the drop in our hostile mob farm. So basically, we just need to do the same thing as what we have done on the first part right over there, on this side right over here. Of course, well, we have to make this drop secure because we don't want those hostile mobs going around our area, right? But basically, that's the next thing that we have to do in order to start this building session for this twin tower, and I'll be back. And placing these last pieces of glass windows, we're almost at the top, and this place is pretty scary. Luckily, we got our feather falling 4 in our boots, right? So finally, we have reached this endpoint, and let's poke this hole right over here so we can go up safely. And yes, so well, we're done with the window, so now it's time to move on. Let's grab our ender pearls to get to the other side because my elytra is not working properly earlier, so probably this is the best way, right? So the next thing that we have to do is the collection system on this lower part of this drop right over here. Of course, we have to use some railings and some minecart hoppers that will go around in order to collect those drops, and as well as of course, you are going to use a magma block on the top layer right over here in order to kill the other mobs. And yes, let's do it. So now we already have successfully set up this railing system right over here. Basically, it will just go around here, and I did some minor adjustment on this side of this wall right over here, and as well as we already have placed these magma blocks at this on that side, just to show you guys on how this is going around this minecart hopper. And man, so basically all of these magma platforms should be covered by this minecart hopper right over here. Well, I think this will work fine. So the next thing that we have to do is, of course, to finish this setup and as well as the storage system down below. And so I have decided to make a sorting system for the storage for our hostile mob farm. So basically, we already got set up all of those double chests in the front part. So now it's time to place these repeaters on this side right over here. So basically, this design is from Impulse SV. So I think I don't have to explain this because I've done this a lot of times in my Let's Play series. But if you're thinking on how this works, so basically just search for Impulse SV's videos. It's a quite popular video, especially that this design is very efficient and cost effective. So and actually very easy to make. And yes, so this comparator will determine the items that we are going to put there later. So well, I'm going to make 2 of these on each hostile mob farm that we got because I don't want to have a long connection of hoppers going to one storage system for these 2 iron farms. So I think this is the best idea, I guess. And we have managed to build 2 of these storage systems with sorting function for each of the hostile mob farm that we have for both sides. So, well, this is now connected to the railing system for the collection system that we have on the top part head over there. So this will filter out all of the items. So let's test this out. So I got some of these items that I already have actually on my hand, not from this farm yet because it's not yet working. So as you can see, this sorts all of the zombie flesh and these sorts all of the arrows. And we got bones right over here and gunpowder and other items, basically some of those strings and as well as spider eyes and as well as those items from the witches. So this is working now. So now let's work on this catch basin on this part right over here. So basically it's the bottom part of the spawning platform. So all of the mobs that will be pushed on the side will again be pushed in the center in order for us to have like a collective drop in the middle, right? So at least we will not gonna find them anywhere aside from the drop that we have in the center, right? So now it's time to place some of these waters. As you can see, I'm doing it right now, right? So I have this format. As you can see, it's just add on the part right over there. So well, at least we don't have to put some of those signs. So well, this design is pretty much efficient somehow. Well, it doesn't matter for us long as we can push all of the mobs to the center and it will work fine. And the next thing that we have to do is, of course, to place some water buckets on this dispenser. So at least this will push all of the mobs to the side right over here. So all of the dispensers should have its own water buckets in order for the spawning platform to work, right? So now it's time to place the redstone clock on this top part right over here. So basically this is just a simple design of a redstone clock with delay. So unlike from the one that we have done in the stone factory is just 2 hoppers facing each other, but this one we have to make sure that it is delayed, so at least we can have enough time for the mobs to spawn in the spawning platform and enough time to push all of those mobs to the side going to our cache basing and into the middle and to the drop. So let's place comparators on this side and some block after that on both sides as well, so at least it can determine that the items has already been finished transferring on the one side to another, right? And let's place a redstone dot right over here and some redstone dots connecting to those dispenser right over there. So basically that will trigger on and off with the redstone. So let's put some items right over here. Let's place some dirt and these will eventually go back and forth until these items is gone to the other hopper. So well, let's see, and this should transfer the signal on the other side, which will turn on all of those water dispensers below it. So basically this is already working. So now it's time to work on the other side as well, and yes, let's just get there. And lastly, we have to cover up the entire spawning platform. And yes, so as you can see right over there, there are already some mobs fell to our drop right over there. So basically this tower is already working because we already have covered its spawning platform. And basically we also need to do the same thing right on this part, well, just to make this work, right? And we're almost done for this hostile mob farm. And the next thing that we have to do is, of course, to decorate this place. And we are going to start in the podium section. And finally, we got this hostile mob farm working properly, and that's a lot of hostile mobs, well, which is good, right? And yeah, so as well as on that side right over there, it's also working. As you can see, it's raining mobs over there. Well, my puns are getting terrible and terrible. But anyway, so let's look from afar if this game will let me fly. That lag though. But anyway, so far here's how it looks like. It's not even close to being like cyberpunkish. It's more of like a clown. I don't know, because of those orange and yellow thingy on the windows. I should have used other colors though. But anyways, of course we have to make this build something cyberpunkish. Of course, like what I said from the previous episode, this is going to look like somehow with the new World Trade Center building in New York. So probably, yeah. Well, of course, we are going to make two of these. And first, we are going to start working on the podium part. Of course, you have to start from the bottom. And eventually, we are also going to work on the top, which is I'm more excited about. Of course, on this lower part right over here, it's kind of confusing, but I already got some ideas. But yeah, I'm not totally in more of like this formation because it's totally everywhere, right? It looks pretty messy, but yeah, somehow we have to come up with a plan. So the first thing that we have to do is to place some doors on this side right over here, probably somewhere there. And on this part right over here, another piston door, and on that back side right over there, and even more piston doors, two more piston doors on the back side right over here. So at least we can somehow increase the accessibility on these areas right over here, basically for this tower. So we are going to have two piston doors and some decorations on some sorts on upper part, but let's just think about that later. Now we have done all of the 5 piston doors that we need for this building, and I will also use acacia frames for it. But yes, so somehow, of course, these are still skeletons. Some of it already have placed some of the walls. That's pretty painful though. But it doesn't happen all the time. It's just, I think, because of the lag. But this looks pretty plain. Well, of course, we are going to enhance this later. We already got 3, so another one right over here and another one right over there. So total of 5. So well, we're done with this piston door. So the next thing that we have to do is, of course, decorate at least the ground level for this part right over here. I also got some ideas now, but I don't know how we are going to work all throughout, but let's just find that out later. And so far, at least we're done with the ground level because this is not actually my forte though. I mean, this formation of this building of some sort, it's kind of confusing though. But at least I have made use of some of these materials. Have used glowstones and as well as some of these concrete powder and as well as cyan terracotta. Well, I think we should have not used that much, but I guess it's fine. I think we still, and I forgot this part though. Yeah, but I guess we still have enough cyan terracotta for later. But at least we're done here. We're done here. So now it's time to move on this part. I'm thinking that we could build like a billboard on this part right over here. I know it's gonna be hard because it's curvy, but let's see how this will go. After a couple of hours doing this design, maybe I should have tested it in the testing world, but I did it here. So it says cyber. It's supposed to go up to there, but it doesn't fit. So I just made the period on the bottom part. But yes, I guess this should work now. Well, I already have done a lot of designs, but maybe I just stick to this one. And finally, I think I'm contented with this one. Well, yes. So let's try to look it from afar so at least we can have a better view. And I hope this will turn out good because sometimes I cannot read it. And yeah. Huh? Somehow it's more readable compared to what I have done earlier, but you can read it, right? I mean, what does it say now? Make a guess. Yeah, it should be cyber perion. On this side, of course, it looks like I don't know what sort, or maybe a Thai lettering. On this part, it's yeah. On certain angles, it looks good, but on certain angles, in most angles, it doesn't look good, which is I think bad. But from afar, right over here, where it looks pretty awesome, right? I mean, from afar, it looks awesome, but when you look up close, it looks terrible. Should I say? But I guess I'm fine with this. I got nothing else to do because this already consumed me 4 hours to do just to make this design. So, well, we have to move on. So, next thing that we have to build is, of course, not yet the tower, but the podium section. Of course, you have to finish that, right? And sorry guys if I have to fast forward on this phase of this build right over here. So basically we already have done the entire podium for this moment. Well, so now we got this billboard right over here, empty billboard. So basically we already have running out of time. So most likely I'm going to make some designs for these billboards maybe off cam or maybe on the next episode. So pretty much, well, I guess I already have recorded a lot of clips for this episode, but of course, I guess it's fine for now. And also for this part right over here, this wall is flat because we are also going to make some buildings on this section right over here in the future. So, well, now that this podium is done, because we have to hurry up because my deadline for this video is already tomorrow. So I have to finish it and we still need to finish the twin towers, right? So the last thing that we have to do before we build the twin tower is this elevator right over here. Of course, these elevators should go up to the rooftop of this building right over here. So basically we have to extend it, and we also need to place some magma blocks and as well as some soul sands in order to boost up this elevator. So, well, let's hurry up and let's finish this build. And now we have finished the elevator, and as well as this antenna right over here reaches up to level 222, which is the tallest twin tower that we have built so far. I guess this is the only one that I'm going to build for the twin tower section or some sort. But anyway, so, well, last look on how this looks like before we cover up this entire place with some widow cladding and as well as, of course, some decorations. We have to make this look like cyberpunkish, and of course I'm just going to do that in a form of a montage or a time lapse because I know this will take a lot longer than what we have built so far. But yes, I guess it's a good idea, right? So we already have enough resources for this one. We got some stones right over here. We also got some glass. Well, yes, so these are the materials that we are going to need. Some terracottas, some cyan terracottas. Of course, some of those are still not dyed. So we got some dyes right over here. And of course, some sea lanterns. So, well, now we're ready to do these twin towers. And of course, well, let's start the time lapse.
As the leaves start falling down and the shadows above the town, I can finally see you now. I see the fear inside your eyes, I see the pain hidden in your smile. I can finally see you now. As
And that's it for this episode. So thank you for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave a comment, please leave a like, and make sure to subscribe. This has been Mikey Perion, and I'll see you guys next time.